Hi guys, Shattered Civ here. How is everyone doing this late afternoon? At least in my neck of the woods, which is going to make for an interesting flight indeed. Because what we're going to do, guys, we're checking out today Microsoft Flight Sim 2024 for the PS5, which is super awesome. Let's get that sound turned down just a tad. And we are going to go into free flight. You know what just occurred to me? I could probably put the speaker down below. It would still pick up my voice. That'll allow me to have actually more sound through the TV itself. But anyhow, we're going to get into it. We're going to go to, we're going to use the gyrocopter, guys. We're going to see how fast I can get from where I'm at right now, which is London, Ontario. We're going to take a flight out of Fanshawe Lake Airport, which is our main airport. Right there, I do believe. Just need that to dry, and that's fine. So that is departure, and we are going to land in Toronto. At least we're going to attempt to do this. On the island. Now, I got to get rid of the cloud cover here. That's better. And we'll go to Toronto Island. Arrival. All right. Flight conditions are a little sketchy, guys. We are using real world data right now, and right now we've got a little bit of a blow coming out of the north, I believe. All right, we are ready to fly. You know what? I think we're just going to head east as soon as we take off. We're not going to follow the flight plan. I do want to keep ahead of the light here. It looks like we've got everything ready to rock and roll. Let's throttle up. And we will release the parking brake. And we're taking off. Here we go, my friends. Woohoo! Well, that'll get the rotor going. Up, and away. Like I said, though, guys, we're going to head right to the east here. Definitely bulking the flight rules of the airport. I'll be your guide here, guys. Shattered Civ. We're going to check out my general locale here. Going eastbound of the city. The city's over this direction here. We'll see a little bit of it, guys. I don't want to get too high up here. I don't want to get into the clouds. It does kind of take away from the experience. Now, a gyrocopter, I'm going to get rid of this here. And that, I'm sure, I don't know if you can do that in real life. But that is definitely something very cool. It would be nice to have that redundant yoke just in case, but you never know. All right, so there we go, guys. You can see it's starting to get a little dark. We do have snow coming down right now. The other day when I was playing this, the fields were definitely not as covered, but this is a pretty good, realistic representation of exactly what is happening right now. Now I'm going to reduce the throttle here to about 20%. We're going to get into our cruising speed. There's a bit of a crosswind there. Actually, you know what it is? This is even worse. I'm gonna have to full throttle here, guys, because the wind is just coming out of the east for sure, and it is just pushing us back here. So we're gonna have to full throttle. We'll have to alternate when it comes to altitude and stuff. So yeah, 72 is about your kind of your max airspeed. That's your cruising speed, which is about 144 kilometers an hour. So you should be able to technically get to Toronto in about an hour. And over 20 minutes. Give me a fast car, I can certainly do that. I've done it before. I've got to halfway there in about 45 minutes. That was a nice muscle car though. All right, guys, so what we're looking at here, we are just your general gyrocopter. Right there in the top left corner, you're going to see kind of the your navigational tool. You can turn all that stuff off, guys. Everything here is on the panels and stuff. Now, the thing is, I don't know how to light those panels up, if that's in fact even possible. Now, the cruising altitude of this vehicle is, I think, about 3,800 feet. So we will crash out if you end up getting actually too high. We will end up crashing out the vehicle. It's a little bit of a shame. But again, you're not supposed to be really flying the vehicles in this type of weather. This is one of those special moments you'd only really want to do Microsoft flights. So that over there, guys, what is that? That might be Dundas Street. Up here, guys, looks like it's Woodstock Crossing, possibly, which is just east. Further over there is going to be the main corridor through Ontario, which is 401. Has the most amount of traffic in the world. I was actually absolutely surprised by that. We got a little bit of blue sky over here. Nice. You know what? If we really wanted a nice trip, if we were in a Cessna or something that could go higher, we could certainly get above the cloud layer. Have a beautiful sunset. But where's the fun in that? I'm liking the speed though. Something about going into the wind is really good. Now I've got most assists on at the moment, but I am not a newbie when it comes to flying. So we got to slow down here. Back on that throttle. We don't want the vehicle to get ripped apart. We've got to be a little bit cautious of that. There we go. I mean, once you actually get to a proper throttle, you can kind of, sit there and just kind of relax. I kind of like the view to be a little more forward facing, and again, you can actually increase the height as well, which is really nice. Yeah, we're getting buffeted by winds here. I'm going to stick to the flight plan here. Now, I played this the other day, and it was just as terrible conditions. Way better going into the wind, that's for sure. Thing is, if you go too low, you start getting the ground effect winds, which are buffeting you from a multitude of different directions. Definitely, because of the lack of horsepower, it's got its challenges, this vehicle, for sure. Like, you wouldn't want to be doing this if you were sane. Definitely, your airspeed indicator is right there, basically in the green. Like I said, I don't know why it's not backlit. That's pretty important stuff to not have backlit. All right, looks like the wind's kind of calmed down here, which is nice. Really pocket there. Now, so I flew the other day. I was actually flying across Romania, and Liam, it was specifically for you. And it actually took me about, it was a long, I ended up having a few drinks and stuff in between where I paused the game, but I was going to edit it. And yeah, no, I ended up deliberating about 30 minutes of the flight. So I'm like, shit, I'll just do it live one day. Really beautiful, beautiful countryside. Now, unfortunately, at the time, I couldn't do it live because it was like 1 o'clock in the morning there. So I'm like, you know what? I definitely don't want to do the flight during the night. So I just kind of set it the day before for 6 p.m. Or 6 a.m. using the data that was supplied the day before. And yeah, it's a nice flight, beautiful country. So this right here, guys, is my neck of the woods. This is Ontario. A lot of farm fields. This area here is kind of like the breadbasket of Ontario when it comes to the farming community. That extends to pretty much right up to northern Toronto, I'd say. Now, I was hoping to go more along the coast, but let's just keep it kind of realistic here. Landing, depending on the conditions in Toronto, it could be interesting. Now, unfortunately, guys, it is going to get, unfortunately, just darker and darker. I didn't really anticipate it being so dismal out. I guess it is, though, now that I look outside the window. Now, unfortunately, I don't think there's anything else I could do. I mean, we could definitely restart it and put the time back. But you know what? There's no fun in that. I kind of really enjoy the fact that we are able to just kind of get into the real world conditions, looking down below. That's pretty much what it looks like outside. Now, you can't see the beauty of the country, though. Now, that was one thing about Romania as opposed to Ontario here. We have big swaths of uncut lumber and stuff in Romania. Oh my Lord, it was just barren. Just field after field after field after field after field after field. And we were just like, holy shit. Nothing to break up the humdrum. Right, looks like we've kind of got a nice palm patch here. No more snow. It's looking like we got a little bit of a buffeting there. It's good though. What a great game, guys! I couldn't resist. I had to buy this. I was just like, oh my god, this is like the game. I've been playing this since 2000. I think the last one I had with Microsoft Flights in 2000, and absolutely loved it. They're still using, the Google Earth data and stuff like that. So definitely worth picking up. Now, I think there's something like 160 airports that are really in locations that are super, super fleshed out. Like when you fly over them, it's not, it's really well rendered. And I tried doing that over Tokyo, guys, on the PS5. It literally killed the system. All right, we're getting into a little bit of a cloud layer here. Looks like it kind of lightens up there. What did that do there? You know, I think that last town back there, right there. Yeah, I don't know. It's really hard to spot here. If I was along the coastline, I'd be able to definitely tell you a little bit more, but I need to get over the top of the 401. But that looks like we're, yeah, a lot of snow over there. We want to kind of avoid that if we can, especially in this little vehicle. It will, that crazy weather will bring you right down. As you can see now, our altitude isn't exactly stable here. Airspeed's not bad, but we're also at like 100% throttle here, to pushing right into the wind, which again requires you guys to actually really concentrate on your pedals, and you're always constantly pushing forward and you know, correcting your attitude. Our flight path is just over there. I just want to go along the weather here. Now, so when I was actually flying through Romania, what was interesting is that despite the GPS saying that I only had like 20 kilometers to go, the operating height of this vehicle is not that high, and all of a sudden I've been encountering mountains, and I'm like, damn, I got to go down the valleys now. Oh, awesome! It's so outside of the box thinking that it really kind of made the you know, I like the simulation. Every one of these buttons here, guys, are, you know, toggleable. Back into the weather again. Here's Woodstock, guys. All right, so that last city over there, I think that would have been Ingersoll. All right, here's Woodstock. We're gonna swoop in, get down a little closer to the ground. Not a lot of apartment buildings and stuff over there. See, the one thing about this weather, guys, good luck rolling any type of tobacco or any type of smokable. You definitely need a hand on the throttle at all times. Now, I'm not 100% sure if there is an autopilot that you can just kind of override everything. I haven't been able to find one. If you end up getting into like beautiful weather, which if you get your private pilot's license, you're only allowed to fly during the day. It can't be at night. Weather has to be good, the visibility, all that stuff, right? So, and this vehicle is definitely not meant for this type of weather. This is kind of like, I'm going my little throwback to 7 Days to Die. It's one of my favorite vehicles in that game. So let's give it a kind of a look-see here. It looks like on the other side of Woodstock, we have a little bit of a reprieve in the weather. Northerly wind here is getting on the nerves. There's that storm pattern right there. We're flying out of it, though, friends. Definitely want to keep that airspeed up. You know, the other day when I was flying, I was down as low as like 44 airspeed, which I believe is translates to about 65 kilometers an hour. I'm like, holy shit, man, I could like drive faster than this, right? So the most important thing here is to kind of get an altitude. You want to kind of go into your little dive bomb, get your airspeed up, descend slowly. Yeah, and getting hit by major winds here. Airspeed's picking up too. You're gonna have to slow that down. You will crash if the airspeed exceeds the wing frame limitations, which is super interesting. right, further on, I'm seeing maybe what might be Brantford. Get too low here. Fast airspeed, fast airspeed. Yeah, I can't wait to get out of these clouds. Now, that doesn't mean the wind's going to actually improve at all, but at least we're not going to be hit with all the snow as well. Because you can get icing. You definitely do not want anything icing up here in this vehicle. Again, definitely not something you probably want to be doing in real life, but hey, whatever. Now, I do have a logbook here that I could check, but it's too unstable. You definitely, right now, you certainly want a co-pilot here. I know as long as we go east, we'll be fine there. In fact, if we follow that there, I'm going to suspect that is the 401. Okay, we've got a little bit of sunlight here, guys. Oh, yeah, nice. Flying out of the weather. So, again, as you can see, it's a little turbulent. Turbulence bothers you. This would not be the flight to be on right now. We're out of the weather for now, though. Use the airspeed just a tad here. Okay, let's see if I can open this book up here. Uh-oh. Definitely do not want that on. Now, normally, if you're in like a Cessna, like Cessna or something like that, you'd actually have the data pad there, the tablet. Okay, well, since I'm not able to check out my guidebook at the moment, there's a flight path over there. We're not too far off the beaten path, that's fine. So that right there, guys, is the 403, and I believe that's the 401. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to follow the 403. That will take us past Brantford, which is over here, and then that will be more of a direct flight into Toronto Island. Now, I wonder, we've got an airspeed of 72, but I wonder what our ground speed is right now. There's two totally different things. Yeah, so that's always nice. You can bring up your flight path if you're confused. At first, when I first started the game, I'm like, oh my god, everything was on. I'm like, this is terrible. So I went into ops and started to turn things off. That's Elderton, I think, over there. Oh no, not Elderton. Shoot, my sister lived there. Well, so much for the weather. Now remember, guys, the path of least resistance is not always what the GPS is telling you. Definitely keep that in mind. We're going to keep under the weather here. Definitely, especially if you get your private pilot's license, you're not able to go in the clouds. That's all your IFR training, your instrument ratings. Now, unfortunately, those do not scale. I don't have the right TV at the moment, so that's a little unfortunate. That's looking like some really shitty weather. Not gonna lie. There's precipitation right there, aka snow. If we were in a proper vehicle, we could definitely get above the cloud layer. It doesn't look like it's that thick, that high. Now, I don't know what that is, the set heading indicator. I'm going to get back on the flight path. That should take us in over Hamilton and the Golden Horseshoe there. And, we'll be over Lake Ontario and land at the island. And meanwhile, we'll fly around that cloud layer there. So, I mean, what's this game all about, guys? Well, first of all, you've got to have a penchant for flying. Now, I don't like flying. I would not jump onto a commercial vehicle if I could avoid it. If there was another way to travel, I would prefer to do that rather than flying. But saying that, give me the controls of the vehicle, I would feel a lot more confident. You know, you also there's a whole bunch of steps though that you have to take into consideration, like the mechanics. You got to make sure you're doing your pre-flight checklist, which again is written in blood. A little bit too fast at the speed there. Definitely need to be careful of that. All right, the altitude seems to be okay. Now, again, in case you didn't know this, guys, when you're flying, there's different altitudes, and it's based on what direction you're going, and if you're certain types of carriers, it's actually it's like a whole highway above our heads. Looks like we're going to get buffeted around here a bit. Interesting. I'm assuming that's the off the light of either the vehicle or the instrument panel. That's pretty bright though. Oh man, oh man. Super windy here. Yeah, I definitely need it full throttle. I'm going right into the wind. And without full throttle, I am definitely not getting any ground at all. I can literally just hover. Now, I don't have, oh, fuel consumption's on now. Hang on a sec. Now, I turned this off the last time I was playing this, so I don't know if it's per vehicle itself. Yeah, I turned that on. So what? We're how long into the flight? 30 minutes. Yeah, it says we've got an hour remaining, 119 kilometers. Again, guys, my apologies. I thought it was a little bit brighter out here. Oh my God, it is just getting trashed by the wind here. We're also losing altitude a bit here. We don't want to be crashing into the ground. By crash, I suppose that's the end of the adventure. Here we go. There's a little open, calm space. Very nice. Won't last for long, I can tell you that right now, though. It's, yeah, we got, oh, but you noticed that the snow, guys. The snow cover, totally different from my neck of the woods. Even a little bit, we're not that far east. We're about 100 kilometers east of my town. Wow, wow. I really right now wish I had a more powerful vehicle. You would not feel the buffeting of the wind so much. And the impact. It's slowing me right down, like driving us into the wind right now. But then you'll hit a pocket of like no wind resistance, and now your speed, your airspeed's going up like way like scary levels. There we go. There's a nice smooth flight. This is where you can kind of adjust the throttle to give you a little more control over how you're flying. You'll see, you know, your airspeed's kind of reduces and stuff, and your altitude starts to sometimes drop, but that's okay. You can kind of walk away from the controls for a second here, like kind of what I'm doing if you want to check out your flight log and all that stuff. But again, be ready, man. If you hit that rando air pocket. Now, one thing, guys, for the game, they have hot air balloons, which is absolutely super awesome. As you can see, I'm drifting off course here because my hands are not on the yoke. We will steer ourselves over to a correct position here. Pronto. Yeah, those are definitely the lights from the vehicle itself. So yeah, this is real world weather conditions right now, guys. You know, you can play with your friends. Right now, there's no cross play apparently with the PlayStation and the PC. I don't give a shit. Now, it is an online only game, so keep that in mind. That is big. That is super big. Because unless Microsoft releases the, you know, a patch allowing us to play it offline, as soon as they close down the servers, the game's closed. Keep that in mind. That's definitely a biggie. All right, I'm going to stick here. I'm pretty sure this is Brantford right now. You know what? No, this might be Waterloo, Kitchener, and Cambridge over there. That's what I'm thinking. As it's kind of called the Tri-Cities. This is where I used to actually have to pick up food for. Gourmet cupcakes. Again, got to keep your eyes on that airspeed there. It's also down in the bottom left corner. Now, again, guys, the VR headset is going to be enabled for this game, and that is my next goal. Is I know somebody who runs a pawn shop, friend of a friend, and I will definitely be asking Miles, and I wish I could promote his business right now, but I don't know the name of the shop. But if he has a PSVR 2 headset come in, that would be mighty nice. Yeah, so that's what that is. This is Waterloo here. A lot of nice roads over here. But there might be a airport off to our right. Okay, the clouds are really, really low. Just throttle forward here a little bit. Give it gas. Now, if you crash, guys, it's easy. It just says you crash and you just resume your flight, so don't worry about that. But if you want a perfect record here, definitely keep that in mind. My record's not 100%, that's for sure. I've crashed a lot of vehicles. I was taking off the other day in the gyrocopter, and I took off the parking brake, and I put the throttle at full tilt, but I hadn't started the vehicle yet. As soon as I started the vehicle, I'm going ahead like 20 kilometers an hour. I'm like, onto the grass, turn around. Next thing I know, there's like a Cessna sitting there on the runway. I'm like, oh no! So I'm like, I'm hitting this, and sure enough, luckily the game allows you to go through it. Other than that, that would be a very expensive mistake. Yeah, you can see right here, that's the 401. 403 is deviated way off over there somewhere now. It's following closer to the lakes. Not a big fan of the 401. I don't feel like I need to follow this flight path too carefully. I'm not going to bother. Let's kind of keep to the open skies here. And then Hamilton is next. Hamilton is going to be Brantford. That's probably Brantford over there. If not Cambridge. And then we'll get into Hamilton territory, which is extremely built up. Basically, Hamilton to Toronto is one big megalopolis. It's you can't really describe it any other way. A lot of people say, no, there's differences. Milton and Oakville and Vaughan. It's not. It's just one huge urban sprawl. It's like Tokyo. Sure, you've got your different areas, and in fact, I think it bleeds into different prefectures there, but it's all the same. If you're playing Microsoft Train Sim or Flight Sim, it's all just buildings all the way up to the mountains. It's just crazy how big the city is. And in fact, I played it last night, and basically, PlayStation was absolutely shit to bed. Again, guys, sorry about the nighttime. What river is that? I cannot recall. All right, 100 k's away. Yeah, I'm going to call that. That's Brantford right there. We are heading towards Hamilton now. So much better without that wind, guys. Holy smokes. The wind really makes a big difference in how pleasant your flight is. As you can see, I'm getting buffeted around here. And the cloud layer is pretty low. Now remember, guys, the altitude is based off of sea level, so not necessarily real ground level. I believe this part of the neck of the woods is about 100 meters, 150 meters above sea level. Whoa. As you can see, guys, as you get into that cloud and you've got your headlights on, and holy smokes, everything changes. This is why I kind of want to stick to kind of following the either the highways. Totally acceptable to do as long as you know, you're at the correct altitude and stuff like that. You just let the air traffic controllers know exactly what your intentions are. And again, if you're at a correct altitude and heading, it's generally not a problem. All right, we are heading where we need to be. And trust me, guys, it's one of those things that I would not want to do in real life. This is something that I'd absolutely be like, you know what? Unless my life depended on it, or somebody that I really cared about depended on it, it would definitely be one of the things I would not do. This is absolutely crazy. But it's why I love the game so much. So again, speaking of games, there is challenges. You can also get your different licenses for piloting vehicles. Everything from hot air balloons to gyrocopters that I'm flying right here, and helicopters, heavies. You know, we're talking like, you know, C-130s and the Beluga. So the 787. Now, as we approach Toronto, it's just basically going to be all this urban buildup. That's going to happen very, very shortly. Trust me. Again, like Tokyo, Toronto doesn't sprawl as much as Tokyo does, but it can essentially go all the way up to Lake Aurelia, which is Barrie, Aurelia. Absolutely. Like, I left Barrie the one day, and next thing I know, boom, I'm in like Newmarket. I'm like, what? You just left Barrie. Like, if you come from a different angle, getting into Barrie, especially from the west, it's all just kind of rural driving. But as soon as you head south, boom, you just start bleeding into Toronto traffic and stuff. It's kind of a culture shock, because you'll go from you know, seeing people in their F Ford 150s to like R8s and stuff, and you're like Audi R8s, and you're like, all right, I'm not sure what the weather at the lakes, Lake Ontario, is going to hold for us, but we'll see. It's getting a little foggy here for my liking. Too foggy. Now we're up quite high. Okay. Clicking down those kilometers. Now, guys, hang on. I do have to be right back. I got to start the oven. I got to preheat it there. That blue line that you saw, guys, is kind of your flight trajectory. If you ever watch any type of when they break down the black boxes, their telemetry, you'll get like a flight path like that. Put it through various software. Throttle. Increasing altitude here. Now remember, guys, you do get ground effect wind. So as you can see, we're getting buffeted here. Higher up you go. Oh, geez, we're even getting a little bit of a lake effect snow blowing in here, possibly. Interesting. Interesting. So maybe we should get up to a higher altitude. Now, just bear with me, guys. We're here for not too much farther. Like I said, we're going to start hitting Milton and stuff like that, which is the outskirts of Toronto. I would love a yoke for this. And VR is going to be an absolute game changer for this. Jesus. You know, we're going to start seeing our purple flight path pop up there in the green map finder in the top left corner very, very shortly. All right, again, nice altitude, I think, here to travel with. Lots of precipitation. You can see it all coming down over there. Just beautiful, man. Just awesome. So awesome. So yeah, this is more of a game now, guys. You do have challenges, and as you kind of rank up your licensing and stuff like that, you can become like eventually you're scooping water out of lakes to put on forest fires and stuff. Like, wow. That's not really my goal. I've always liked it for what it is. It's just loading Google World Maps. Boom, there you go. My next one, I've always wanted this. It needs to be the driving simulator, where you can just drive anywhere you want. That absolutely the best. I'm getting a phone call right now, and I can't really answer it considering the timing. I gotta slow down here. Bad weather here. sure if that headlamp is too effective. Altitude, starting to lose altitude. Really getting buffeted by winds here. Crazy. We've got a bunch of clear sky above us. Looks like everything's frosting up here. This is turning into... Oh my god! Oh my god, there was a fucking tree. Alright, where the fuck? Oh, whoa, 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 what's going on? That's no good. Holy shit balls. The only thing I can think right now is that it was Hamilton Mountain. But there's no way, man. There's nothing around us right now. Holy shit. You guys see that tree just pop out of nowhere? That was crazy. What's crazier is I haven't crashed. This is why, guys, newbie pilots are not allowed to fly at night. That's nuts, man. I don't know where that tree came out of. I got to really watch that footage again. That's crazy. It's 51 minutes in. Okay. Yeah, I have to check that out. And again, you have no spatial awareness. You don't even have a altimeter here, like a gauge, the level gauge, the horizon. Horizon, I'm not sure what it's called exactly. It's sort of like a horizon ball. It's like kind of floats. That's, keep the blue side up. Okay, well, I want to get my bearings here. That's Hamilton over there. Now, we can't see Hamilton because it's very, very foggy. We're definitely getting close to Toronto. The outskirts of Toronto. Here we are. And it looks like we do have a stable airspeed and altitude. So if you kind of wanted to walk away right now, you certainly could. I wouldn't recommend it though. You definitely want a co-pilot. You don't want to have like a micro nap. All right, I think we are going to have to start losing altitude here. We are starting to hit the operating level altitude of the vehicle. Definitely do not want to be doing that, because it will result, guys, to you basically just tumbling out of the air, which is really unfortunate. And it doesn't really show any of your wings and stuff ripping off, so you're kind of perplexed. Like, why did that just happen? That icing's bad. That is not good. That's cuts down on quite a bit of your viewing space. So as you can see right now, we're just descending. Not at any great amount of speed here at the moment. Doing about 50 knots. Trust me, there's cars on city streets that are probably going faster than that right now. All right, we're starting to see a bit of Toronto coming into view here. Turn that off. I wonder if I turn off the icing, would that get rid of the icing on the windscreen? That's starting to get really obnoxious. All right, yeah, I can see the Toronto skyline coming up there. That all those grids right in front of us is essentially basically the GTA. Now, we might have a little bit of time to check our map here. Ground speed, 61 kilometers an hour. Yeah, it's pretty slow. Speed that up a tad. A little bit of a dive bomb here. Looks like there's big, heavy precipitation off to the right there. Like we're gonna go right between the two. Beautiful, man. That is so cool. Once we get up to about, you'll see in the bottom left corner, the gauge is actually right there. I can't see it. There's got to be a button here. This is why you don't fly a vehicle without having, tens of hours of experience in it, because you need to know where every switch is. I mean, your life depends on it. And if it doesn't depend on your life, which you may or may not give a shit about, any passengers that you have, or, Yeah, that is definitely Toronto there. You can see it's glowing real good now. All right, I got to put the peppers in. I'll be right back. All right, hey guys, 1 second. Right, guys. So, what is curious now, since we are playing this live, I'm not sure if what is happening here is if time is progressing and the weather's changing. I'm not 100% sure there, but we're almost done the flight. It should be good. We'll be done this in about half an hour. Hopefully, I can land this. We'll get above Toronto. We'll get to see the CN Tower and stuff. Now, there's been times I've been in the Toronto area, and it's it can get pretty dismal. I'm going to turn off. I'm going to see it here quickly if under assistances. If I saw icing was down here, I'm going to see. Ah, there we go. All right. There we go. I mean, that increases your enjoyment a little more than mine. I don't mind the realism. I don't mind that. But it does cut down on the amount of viewing space here. And let's face it, man. We're coming into one of the coolest cities in the world. There's Hamilton over there. That's the Golden Horseshoe. It basically just wraps around. You've got Oakville over here. You've got the GTA coming up here. Hopefully it's not too obscured by the clouds. As you can see, like they're just pouring down the snow. We're going to hit snow pretty soon here. Again, as a pilot, this is the stuff where you ask for relocation. You don't want to fly into this shit, man. Don't do it. You want to get an airport around here somewhere. You want to request Reeves Field. We're gonna, or even at Bells Hill here. Yeah, we're requesting landing for Bells Hill due to weather. There's no air traffic controller that's going to go fuck you. Oh my God, we are super, super high. Okay, so now we're doing like the cruising speed, about 144 kilometers an hour, which is good. That's definitely going to beat a vehicle. It does take a little bit of practice, though. It takes a little bit of practice to keep your speed up, though. But if somebody were to say, hey, man, you want to jump into one of these vehicles and try to fly it? If I had to, if my life depended on it, I'd go, yeah, let's go. Skydive, swoop, baby. Yeah, the font I'm going to have to play with. Ideally, I'd like to just get a 4K TV and like 55 inches or greater. Like that's definitely how you want to play these games. Ideally on the virtual reality. That's Brampton. That is like the Indian capital of Canada right now. That pixelation here, I don't know what's going on there. Now, there was a patch for this game that I just noticed I was downloading, so, which is understandable since the game only came out on the 8th. I've already encountered, like, there's the Jetson. The Jetson 1 is basically a drone that allows you to ride in it. It's got a bathtub attached to it. And you sit in it. And it's available, but I was not able to take off with it. Basically, as soon as I started up the vehicle, it flew up into the air and it had to reset or something. I was like, what? All right, we're doing a good speed here. Nice clicks. All right, welcome to the outskirts of Toronto, guys. that's it proper. This is Oakville over here. This is like York region, big area. Lots of suburban housing and stuff. And in some ways, it's actually easier to kind of spot the different areas here at night. And it's easy though to watch your airspeed. Like it plummets, right? You got to keep an eye on everything. And again, if you can't see it, once we land, I'm going to see if we can actually find the button there. Figure there'd have to be a backlighting. Oh. Feeling around in the dark. Looks like it might be lightening up a bit here. Very nice. All right. Toronto, guys. I love the place. I spent a couple summers here, just basically once a week coming up here watching music venues right before pretty much COVID. Probably about 5 years. Lots of different bands. All right, so we has to go a little left here. Not a problem. Again, though, guys, don't follow the GPS. It's just a flight path. Like I said, in the top left corner, you're going to start seeing the magenta line pop up here. But again, see how we're getting into the weather now. I knew that we weren't going to be able to avoid this. We're definitely going into the storm, my friends. Now, the higher up you are, it doesn't necessarily, it starts to precipitate, but it turns to snow as it gets closer to the ground. So if you're flying through the clouds, it's not like you're flying through a giant fucking snowball. If you know what I'm saying. Big crosswind here. Probably coming off this big fucking thundercloud. You know what? Let's fucking go this way. I think that might be a better choice. That looks a little bit better than this over here. But you know what? As you approach it, though, I mean, it can change, right? It's beautiful, though. It's great. Once you actually start seeing how the world works. Totally different perspective. Besides, I want to see more of the GTA here. Although this is, quite honestly, this is probably Oakville here. Milton's back here. And like I said, York region and Peel. I think Peel's on the other side, and York, I think, is here. Or it could be the other way around. I'm not 100% sure, but again, huge residential areas. A lot of subdivisions and that shit. Oh, Burlington, eh? So we're definitely north of the GTA. Fuck that. Yeah, Hamilton's over there. All this grayish area, that's all Lake Ontario. Yeah, I'll go for a little tour over Toronto. Again, I'm not familiar enough with these areas here, so I wouldn't be able to follow what this is here. looks like a kind of a snow hill. Could be a quarry of some sort, though. Whatever it is, it's big ass houses or buildings down here of some sort. Yeah, it looks like a quarry of some nature. That's our kind of recommended flight path there, where it goes down. That's our goal right there. But we're definitely gonna go through Toronto, man. Fuck that. No way, man. Fly out this far for no reason. We're not buzzing by the CN Tower. This isn't getting on YouTube. There's like must be a golf course down there. Could be rich housing. Who knows? Yeah, it looks like a golf course. Really? Fucking got lights there? That is not. Yeah, it's Burlington. I was going to say that is definitely not Pearson, but I was going to say that is an airport. Again, some of the cooler things that you can see in there. So anyways, Liam, if you hear this, I did have the video of 3 hour, 15-minute flight from south of Bucharest. All the way into the mountains to the north. And fuck, man, it was an awesome flight. Got into the mountains. All of a sudden now I have to go down valleys. So I'm going to do it again for you, bro, because I appreciate your help. And what a beautiful countryside. All right, here we go, guys. Not sure what's down there. Big open space. Now, same with Oakville. Go to Oakville, you can actually get into areas where it's basically just the edge of Toronto. Yeah, we'll go right through this these two weather formations here. Check it out. Baseball diamonds down there, sports facilities. That looks like it's supposed to be the 401, which does cut right through. And the 403 and the QEW comes along here. So the tower is going to be somewhere around over here. Nice having this extra light here, though. You don't want to be out in the middle of the booties and you can't see shit. But again, I'm going to have to figure out where the lights are. So again, there's like various boroughs of Toronto. You've got the greater Toronto area, which is essentially the starting point of the city of York. and everything else beyond it, Etobicoke, Scarborough, fucking Mississauga, Vaughan. These are all kind of townships that were around before Toronto started to annex everything around it. There's a big ass park, eh? Oh, what's that? Is that Downsfield? Downsfield. It might be Downsfield. I think they have a concert venue there. I'm gonna have to check that out. Big ass park though. Fly between these curtains of snow here. It's amazing. 1 second you're getting hit and buffeted from all sides by wind, and then the next, as soon as you change directions, now you're with the wind, and it's just totally a different experience. Again, if you need to know wind direction and stuff, you can open up the that thing. I'm not sure how to read it though. All right, there's Lake Ontario. We're going to go along like this is Pope Credit. Pretty rich houses along there. Don Valley. I think that might be the Don Valley Parkway, which is the river system here. Yeah, you'll see it up there. That's the 401. That's right through Toronto. Fucking crazy. Not fun. And over here is a QEW that kind of matches up with Lakeshore. 403 back here. All right. We are coming in for a landing soon, my friends. We're going to fly past the CN Tower. All right, you know what? You know, the night flight was not a bad idea. Some of the more the residential areas, softer lighting, and I would say right now, guys, that would be Lakeshore coming up there. The arcs around here. I think that might still be the QEW. This might be the CNE down there. I'm not 100% sure. It's definitely different from the sky, and I have not lived in Toronto. I've visited there a lot, but definitely not. You know, my roommate would know a lot more than what I'm talking about here. Yeah, sorry guys. Hopefully nobody's messaged me here on Twitch. Uh-oh. I see that there is more precipitation coming down here, so it's definitely warmer here. All right, so yeah, here we go. Here we go. Tower is coming up, my friends, because we are basically landing right by it. We are going to swoop by. That looks like the CNN right there, which is the Canadian National Expedition. It's where it was built, I think, back was it 1870s? If I recall. Again, it's hard to tell because sometimes they extrapolate some of the surrounding houses. You know, that can't be. Looks like possibly a high school of sorts. I don't know. It's hard to tell. Again, I wish I was a little bit more current with like Lakeshore. I know as we get closer to the actual downtown, it will be large condos. Again, we're hitting some way fucking bad weather patterns here. This might be Port Credit here. Yeah, it's a very nice marina. This looks like it's possible. Very, very ritzy. I think the IKEA is somewhere over here. That kind of explains things. Again, I'm not sure what river that is. Might be part of the Don River. Sorry about the choppiness here. It's recording 28 minutes. I was hoping to cut off some time. We're pretty much right on, right where we need to be, though. Again, not a lot of snow in this vicinity. As you can see, it's more rain than anything, which is kind of cool. But just to check, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put it onto, I'm going to see about the icing again. I had a feeling we should have kind of waited. Yeah, instantly it would have just iced up, I think. So, yeah, Toronto, it's a big place, man, but nothing like Tokyo. God damn that place! It brings the PS5, your base PS5, to its knees. Almost broke the aircraft apart. I think that's how you crash the vehicle. I've done it a couple times, unwittingly. Like I don't notice because I'm just having fun. Like, yeah, let's go. But you know, I've heard of a lot of people that have actually crashed their vehicles. They're doing drugs and drinking and stuff, and they exceed the wing strength of the vehicle, and it rips it apart. And bingo bango, you know, we're getting a lot of lake effect here. Let's probably get back over the land. Right now, that's Lake Ontario down below. Now, can we land this puppy? There it is, guys. CN Tower. We get back on the flight path. There's lots of obstacles and stuff. There's Oakville over there. All right. Well, where the hell is the CN Tower? I was joking there, guys. About it's got to be over there. I'm surprised you can't see it from here, though. That's Pearson over there. Oh man. Well, we got to go a little further. I got to overshoot the line here. Like I said, I want to see the CN Tower. I could have driven there like probably faster, guys. Just saying. Again, I'm sure you could probably Google it, but you'd think you'd be able to see the CN Tower from here. Mississauga, so that's it's got to be here. CN Tower is somewhere here. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's big, thick banks of clouds here. Oh, that's the problem. I see. Yeah, it's like tar down there. Can't see shit. Probably exactly where it is. Fly right into it. Boom. Welcome to Toronto, motherfucker. We're about the height of where the CN Tower would be, actually. It's pretty tall. Well, that is a little disappointing, and I don't think there's anything I can really do about that. Like, I just can't toggle off the weather. Oh, it's not even the weather. Sorry, it's the lake. All right, so there's hope yet. There's hope yet. Over here then somewhere, but at Mississauga, I don't know. I'm absolutely perplexed. Again, we're cruising along at a good rate, though, so that's good. God, like, how about a speed up button? That'd be super nice. That might be the Don River. I don't know. See what I mean? All right, so if that's Toronto Island over there, the CN Tower has to be through this blue haze. Has to be like somewhere like right over here. Yeah, okay. All right. We'll keep flying. And we'll come around from the wrong angle. That's what we'll do. We'll teach those air traffic controllers who's boss. Yeah, there's Don River, I think. I don't know. There's a couple really big rivers that cut through there. Don, I think this is it here. So I'm not sure what the river behind us is. Might be the Brant River. I think I see the base of the CN Tower just right over under this thing here, right there. Oh, sorry. Right under that, I think it was the CN Tower. The windworm. On the screen. Oh, we're getting some icing effect here. Cool down again. Very nice. Again, that always on connection with the internet. It may not be everyone's cup of tea. It's definitely not mine, because when the servers shut down, the game shuts down. Keep that in mind. You might be able to download maps or something, but I'm not sure I'm going to contend with that. And remember, we haven't been playing this as a PlayStation owner as long as the PC owners have. So, like, in another 5 years, if it shuts down, sorry, we've supported the game for like the last 20 years. Well, no, you haven't. No, you fucking haven't. Mighty back, Bill Gates. It seems like you're going too fast, man, but you're zipping through here. Avoiding all the people in your way, all the traffic lights. Very cool. I believe that is the CN Tower. Great thing. Yeah, it's once you get into the center of Toronto. Not only is it the central business district, but there is a lot of really, really rich condos and stuff. You're talking like $1.5 million for like the ground level. That's for the park size condo. There's our flight path there. Our compass. And there's the CN Tower. I believe those could actually be the beginning of the condos. We've still got quite a ways to go. Still, we have 62 kilometers. Jesus. Okay, so that is probably this is Lakeshore here. Oh, dudes. So the CNE, I think we just passed. This is probably, this is all the Don River. Man, see, this is all the stuff I don't know. And when you're traveling through here, you're going like 80 kilometers an hour down these roads. Yeah, so where we land should be the CN Tower. Jeez, man. I'm like so way off the base. We're going to go on the, like I said, we're going to do a swoop around. Hopefully this wind and ice and stuff hits the highway. Sorry about that overlay there, guys. I know it's a very reality type stuff. It's very cool. I mean, as a pilot, that would be probably some of the best things you can actually utilize. Exactly what you're looking at, even like buildings. That's what I heard the 5G is all about. Yeah, so this looks like the central business district. So you come in, big condos down Lakeshore here. And the 401's over here, I believe. It's really, again, hard to tell. If the lighting was a little bit better, it'd be super awesome. But you know what? I guess there's no better way to come into Toronto than to fly in during the night. Like, I wouldn't want to do this during, just during the day with all the snow and crappy visibility. Now, in real life, if I was in this compartment, I'd be like, okay, nah, we don't want to fly around the CN Tower. Let's just take me home. Just let land on Toronto Airport or Toronto Island. Yeah, this is where you get into the super condos. Yeah, this is Lakeshore down here, I think. There's an airport right there. CN Tower, I think. I spotted it right there. Oh, is this Echo Beach? Might be where the Ontario place used to be. I don't know. It's they should have it modeled properly. But yeah, no, that's some marina. Ah, there should be. Right there. Again, that lake effect push up, boy, oh boy. That's weird. It's definitely got a different pattern here. Yeah, that's Lakeshore down there. Beautiful part. So where's Ontario Place? Pretty sure the stuff behind us wasn't Ontario Place. I think it might be further up there. Again, it's a lot different when you're driving. Another river. Yeah, I have no idea. I could give you a basic guide, though, like I said. So our landing is like right there. And that's on Toronto Island. But first, like I said, we're flying by the CN Tower. Yeah, the haptic feedback, guys, for the rudders and stuff on the PS5 feel really, really good. You know, and now that I think about it, when you actually, as a kid, you approach Toronto, you expect to see the CN Tower. It's always going to be there, and it's not really. It's not until you get up to about this part, even in the car, like I said, this Lakeshore 401's over there. You can kind of spot it from the 401. But again, I'm not too familiar with all the different buildings here, and already the CN Tower looks kind of fucking funky. But yeah, that's our landing spot right there, guys. We're gonna circle around. We're supposed to come from this way, but we're gonna screw the rules. Now, supposedly this is one of the POI spots on the Microsoft Flight Simulator. So apparently, from what I've heard, it's supposed to be more built up and representative of the real city than what you find in, let's say, London, Ontario. But so far, that CN Tower looks pretty funky, dude. Really funky. Definitely should not look like that. That I am suspecting is probably something to do with either a patch. Like, that's ridiculous, man. CN Tower is like that. There is the Sky Dome, by the way, guys. It's where the Toronto Blue Jays play. That dome opens up, closes. Yeah, we make it look like it's the building. Jeez, come on, Bill. What the fuck? And you can actually hang off of that part there at the top. And that's kind of like, I believe there's a restaurant. I think that's that second level there. Right up there. I think that might be the restaurant. Hang off there. That's your observation deck there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. All right, let's go. Woohoo! Okay, I got to be careful. Because I've crashed the vehicle before through undue airspeed. All right, I think we're gonna have to do the fly around here. It is a gyrocopter, so you can bleed off a ton of speed. Quite honestly, you could almost like just land in the parking lot. I'm not sure if I'll stall it. Oh, sweet. That's not a great landing. I don't know what it is, guys. That is awesome. On that parking brake. if I can get out or not, but boom, out. Safely landed, guys, in from London, Ontario to Toronto, Ontario, with the fucked up CN Tower. But there it is. I'm Shattered Civ. Guys, I will, any requests to fly from where I'm at to where you're at, I'll certainly do it, and I'll switch the vehicles to match. But anyways, let me know. I will see you guys on the flip side. Take care. Good night. And keep the blue side up. Catch you later.